Hey, it's me, Big P, and I wanted to go over what I'm league starting. Oops, I need to update real quick. Hopefully it doesn't. It's Exsanguinate Inquisitor. I don't think anything changed. It looks okay. Specifically Exsanguinate Mines, converting to cold. No balance changes. Oh no, what am I gonna do? This league doesn't matter. They didn't nerf Heat Shiver, it still exists. And there's no one really better than Inquisitor to take care of just a bunch of just random elemental damage very quickly. I think I ran this already in BPL, so if you honestly just want to skip to a more detailed actual example of a character with some gameplay, there's a couple videos before in this channel. Go ahead, take a look at that. And really, I mean, if there's not much anything more complicated than just getting gloves that convert your physical damage on Exsanguinate to cold, Heat Shiver, because, I don't know, just for you to, anybody can tell, extra fire damage. We love it. And then there's just a bunch of other things to put together. Some options, as well as scaling up with low life, Prism Guardian, Diala's like a nice like chase chess piece that really helps to build out. It's pretty standard mining setup, miner setup. Go for the good mine mastery stuff over here quickly. Probably most of the reservation stuff. This is like a very safe sort of tree. I am not like POB warrior. I wouldn't bother with this. Kind of hard to calculate like 20 plus Exsanguinate mines going off with all the other modifiers on top. It's somewhere in the millions very easily. I got there in BPL and I didn't even really push it last league with like real investment, which I think this actually has huge potential for. You can go for like a double cluster setup. I mean, there's just a lot of crit once you get to like 90 something. Unfortunately, they nerfed the Legion 5 ways. I don't know if this will get to 100. It's not super tanky, especially since you're probably going to drop all of this to build into a cluster jewel or two, as well as the mana and just whatever travel nodes here. You go from up here, there's just more damage bullshit that we can take care of. And yeah, let's go right into the skills, I guess, real quick. I guess there's really not much to say about the tree. Life, the good reservation stuff. I guess, yeah, Eldritch Battery and Mind Over Matter early before you get Corrupted Soul, which you'd probably put here. Not here, because you actually are probably using Pain Attunement. You can go for Leadership here if you want. I kind of really want that +1 max res, but it's hard to justify not getting the increased damage one and then the increased aura effect one, because we're using a lot of really good auras and stuff like that. And then just the rest, you know, play around with it. Although it is noted, definitely take the cold mastery, get this here, just because of the way Heat Shiver works. Also, that's just such a chunky, you know, just read that. Just take a second and read that sentence. What the fuck is going on in this game? Let's go over the actual skill itself. Exsanguinate. So why Exsanguinate? Really, it's just a high physical scaling spell that can get really high base damage, really simply with just high levels on a gem. And so as far as scaling the gem itself, you don't even need to quality it, because we don't scale the skill effect duration portion of it all. It's all just cold hit damage being done. So you just scale it with a bunch of damage nodes. I mean, you have to turn it into a mine, but then you get like crazy stuff like charged mines, which generates charges and stuff. And high impact mine is insane. You know, there's a lot of moving parts in terms of what your actual DPS is. That just makes it shred shit. It's fucking great. And I didn't actually put money into it. This was really in like a kind of a self-starter. You know, I got a decent, it's a weird mix in terms of like how a league start versus like a group found thing is, because I basically got the Heat Shiver within the last hour and I was already like doing boss carries and stuff. So I understand that like as far as chase items go, Heat Shiver might be like a div or two, honestly, for a while. So, you know, just keep that in mind. But it will still work and function. The Grim Sorrow you can get for a chaos within the first weekend. If not, just drop it on your own. And then the other stuff is like Rise of the Phoenix you can get early before you get like a crazy shield or a Prism Guardian. Circle of Guilt goes from like 10 chaos to like 10 div. It's just a good simple belt. It's nice when leveling. Strength ends up being a lot of crit. Taste of Hate. It's just nice with physical stuff. Kind of helps with physical mitigation as well. I'm not a very tanky character. And yeah, Dialis. I've never actually used Dialis, but I think I'm gonna save up and pump stuff into this one. It's going to be a pretty solid boss killer, I think. Not really the craziest, fastest mapper, but it was smooth enough. It's well-rounded enough, and I think it's gonna be good at the whatchamacallit too, the league mechanic. Here is the list of auras you're going to try and shove into this build, both between your fully reserved mana due to Eldritch Battery, Mind Over Matter, and then some of your life too. I imagine you'd try and throw like Vitality, Precision, and then maybe one of the Heralds in your life pool, and yeah, just go for that sort of stuff. Movement utility, pick what you like. I haven't been using Shield Charge. I'd probably just do Flame Dash. Don't even really need to link it with like that. You know, there's a lot of stuff you can do, actually kind of pretty gem flexible, and like, you know, while scaling like a hatred and like cold damage definitely is the correct thing to do, you can do like rainbow style elementalist, or like friggin', I don't know, just go for like divine judgment and then just like gain pizzazz and just do a bunch, maybe like some weird battle mage setup or something like that. Although it's kind of I don't know. The way I'm doing it is just, you know, taking advantage of Pious Path and Inevitable Judgment, which are just really strong in their own way. Particularly Inevitable Judgment's kind of unique, kind of been Inquisitor's thing. For a half a fucking decade I've been playing this game. Oh shit, I didn't convert the tree. I don't think anything changed. Great. Alright. Finish going over the skills. Here's a blessing set that you can use like early on when you go, probably only after you go Eldritch Battery. Just chunks your ES a bunch to get hatred with for like 20 seconds if you have a high enough level gem, like 20 something seconds. It's pretty good. Not awful to do. I mean, there is kind of a rotation, I'll say, between self-casting Assassin's Mark and Bear Trap, but what are you gonna do? You do have, you know, like flexibility. You don't have to do really anything besides the setup themselves. I mean, I don't really think there's anything better. Trap and Mind damage you replace with Empower as soon as you can, just because plus gem levels are huge for the build. I mean, like, I just can't wait to put some money into this and just really sort of kill some bosses early. I think really I tried to run my Magic Finder like first, which was a Caustic Arrow. What was it? Was it a cultist? Yeah, did Death's Oath. And like it was okay, but I kind of really didn't like the inability to have bosses like done. Like I had to buy carries and stuff like that. Whereas with this, I can probably like sell carries the first weekend or something. I just think it's more fun and is well-rounded enough to justify doing as a league starter. Trying to think of what else. I mean, yeah, like I said, there's other gameplay video, and I'm gonna do a practice run Thursday on stream, and I might do a couple short streams during the week just to, you know, get ready for the season. And then this will be blasted on the weekends. I'm a weekend warrior now. We'll do short streams during the weekdays when I'm off work, and then the real work on the weekends. So stay tuned, get subbed on this and the Twitch, and let me know what you're running, what you're thinking, what you're gonna do, how you've been. This is one called not Wrath of the Ancestors, Trial of the Ancestors. What a trial. Good luck, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.